Eastern Plains Sports Network and 1010 KSR coming to you live from Resurrection Christian as the Lady Beatigers are getting ready to tip off against the home team Resurrection Christian Cougars. Doubleheader action tonight, don't forget. Ladies will be tipping off first and then followed by the boys. Should be an exciting contest. Coming off the bench, though, for your Lady Beatigers, you got to watch out for a couple of players that can be difficult for opponents to cover. One is Evie Lapp, number 5. She's a young freshman who's got super speed as she comes off the bench, and she is way quick, and she is amazing to see if she really gets going. She had a couple of three-pointers the last game and played really, really well. It's good to see Kylie Greenwood back, too. After the last game, she took an injury on the floor on her right ankle, and she's healed up. Looks like she's all good to go, so I'm glad to see Kylie back on the court as well. Also coming in, you've got number 4, Macy Jones. Number 2, Piper Hickey comes in as well. And number 11, Tatum Chard. And the young freshman, number 23, Fallon Moskowitz. And number 12, I cannot forget, Cammie Windstreimer comes in as well. So they've got some good talent that comes in right behind them. So that's one thing I do like about the Lady Beatigers. I don't know if we'll see some action for them girls tonight. Again, because it's a pretty good team that'll match up with the Beatigers. But the one they've got to watch for, the Cougars, like I said, is number 5, Evie Lapp, as she comes in. So we'll get started here in just a few moments. They're introducing. It takes them a while to introduce their starters. Maybe I'm that slow when I do it. I'm not sure. But tonight's first quarter is going to be brought to you by Better Electric, covering all electric work from residential to commercial to agricultural. Better does matter. Call 970-521-1030. Again, first quarter, thank you to Better Electric. Hey, Buckeye Welding Supply, you have questions. They have answers. Our area welders know what sets them apart at 330 South 11th Avenue in Sterling. I can't say this enough, but confused by the way rankings work? I am all the time. Don't worry. The Eastern Plains Sports Network has you covered. Every Tuesday, we bring you Bleckatology on our Spotify channel. Ben Blecka breaks down the rankings and what the numbers mean in a way that's easy for you to understand. Bleckatology is presented by Agricultural Accounting. Your producer, not an accountant. Let them plow through your paperwork. Visit agmen.co today to set up a consultation. Folks, if you don't listen to just Bleckatology, there's more on there as well. He does a great job. He does a preview or a review of the previous games that are played for the week. He plays some highlights and stuff. Ben Blecka does. He's just amazing. I don't know how the guy can do it all in the time he has in a short week here. And the guy is just amazing to watch him or to listen to his show. So take some time, go into Spotify and listen to Ben Blecka and Bleckatology on Eastern Plains Sports Network. So we're getting ready to tip off tonight as we are finally done with the introductions. And Sydney Miller will be going up against number 4, Bethany Vrooman. Sid's got her about by maybe 6 inches on height, so you never know. You've got those kids that can jump really well. So the senior against the sophomore tonight. Here we go. We're tipping off underway as the Lady Beatigers will get the ball first as it goes to number 3, Gracie Martinez. Brings it up the left side of the court over to number 14, Emery Chard. Down to the left side, swings down to the corner to Sid Miller. Miller looking at the baseline, going to drive it to the hoop. Nope, feeds it over to 13, Greenwood. Then over to Chard. Chard swings it around the left side, gets it to Callie Kastrup. Yeah, she was just out of her reach of her hand a bit, and it's going to be a turnover for the Lady Beatigers. It tips off the hand of Callie Kastrup on that pass from Emery Chard. So bringing it down the court for the Cougars will be number 21, Tatum Van Pelt, as she goes off to Vrooman. Vrooman over to Francis. Francis swinging it all the way around to Kennedy. Back to Francis, all the way to Francis again. And then Vrooman's going to drive it to underneath the hoop and swings it off to the top of the left key and then to the lower base to Kennedy. Jenna Kennedy then swings it into number 22, Bailey Koning, and she misses the jumper from just underneath the basket. Rebounded by the Lady Beatigers. Goes to Emery Chard from Kastrup. Kastrup to Chard and then to Gracie Martinez. Martinez tries to hard bounce it in to Greenwood, but it's stolen by Vrooman. Vrooman brings it up to the right side of the court. Drives, she's double teamed by Martinez and number 14, Chard, and then over to number 14, Kennedy. Kennedy swings it underneath the bucket to number 21, Van Pelt, and then to Vrooman from the top right corner. She gets a three-point shot and up and good. Bethany Vrooman is on the board with her first shot, and a three-pointer it is. 3-0 is our score here. 6:38 left to go. Sid Miller finds Gracie Martinez underneath there. Number 13, Kylie Greenwood, wide open and gets her first bucket of the night. 3-2 is our score, and a great job by Sid Miller to look up the court and make sure she could get it there to Gracie Martinez, who gets it to Greenwood. So the Cougars bring it right back down the court. Vrooman over to number 21, Van Pelt. Van Pelt on the left side of the court, looking, trying to set up the play. Back over to Vrooman, over to the right side, down deep to the right corner to Kennedy. Kennedy back to Vrooman. Back to Kennedy. Kennedy still in the bottom corner, back to Vrooman. Vrooman brings it to the top of the key, swings it around the left side to Francis. Francis gets it to the top of the key to Van Pelt, to the free throw line to Kennedy, and then it is given to number 11, Taylor Francis, who gets one off the backboard and gets a three-pointer as well. Quickly, though, the B-Diggers are down the court. Look at the passing going down there as Chard gets it to Kylie Greenwood. Kylie Greenwood was trying to work it in, and she gets fouled on this play, and it's going to be on number 14, Jenna Kennedy, as she gets her first foul for the night. And the B-Diggers will maintain possession. Gracie Martinez on the inbounds. Finds 14 Chard on the right side. Feeds it to a cutting Greenwood underneath the basket. Shot is up. No good. Rebounded by Sid Miller. She tried to get it to turn and jump, but she got it knocked out of her hand, and it was taken away by number 21 for the Cougars, Van Pelt. Van Pelt to Vrooman. Vrooman, left-hander, three-pointer up from the top of the key is good. Vrooman is on fire with 2 3-pointers so far for the night. Martinez tried to get it in, stolen by Vrooman. Vrooman, right-handed layup up and good. Bethany Vrooman now has 8 points in a matter of 4 minutes. Timeout called by Coach Rule. She's got to break that press breaker. Vrooman was all over them. We'll keep it here on a 30-second timeout as they are trying to get it on the inbounds, but Vrooman is really quick cutting to the ball. It looks like we're going to get a substitution for the B-Diggers as number 2, Piper Hickey, will check in for action for the first time tonight. Gordon Insurance, be prepared for everything life throws at you. Car insurance, life insurance, farm insurance, and crop insurance, all at Gordon Insurance. Visit GordonINS.com. So breaking our timeout, it's kind of a tough go here for the Lady B-Diggers starting off this game against the Cougars. Down 11-2 already is our score with 5:10 left to go in the first quarter. The B-Diggers have got to break that press. We also have a new substitution in for the B-Diggers, and that's going to be number 5, Evelyn Lapp, as the Cougars break off and go to a half-court press instead, and goes to Gracie Martinez. Martinez brings it across the timeline to Hickey. Hickey drives it down to the left side baseline, gets it to Sid Miller. Jump shot up, no good. Rebounded by number 21, Tatum Van Pelt. Gets it down to court to Vrooman. Vrooman gets away with the travel on the right side. Gets it back underneath to Van Pelt. Van Pelt underneath, shot up, no good. Rebounded by number 14, Emery Chard. And then Gracie Martinez brings it across the timeline for the B-Diggers. Finds a cutting Chard to the basket. Over to Sid Miller. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by number 5, Evie Lapp. And she ties up with number 11, Taylor Francis. And it will be a jump ball and a possession for the Cougars. Much better getting the ball down for the B-Diggers, as the B-Diggers are going to play a 3-1-1 type defense against the Cougars. Vrooman gets it, trying to get it across the timeline. She finally does, the left-handed player for the Cougars. Over to Van Pelt. Van Pelt drives it to the left side baseline. Nothing there. Top of the key to Vrooman. Vrooman, no shot. She's going to feed it over the right side to Kennedy. Kennedy tried to feed it. Stolen, though, by number 3, Gracie Martinez, on a bad pass. And Martinez will bring it down. Our score still remains 11-2. Over to the right side to Evelyn Lapp. Left side Evelyn Lapp to Martinez. Martinez tried to fluff a little pass in, but Van Pelt steals it, takes it all the way down the court, and it's up and good for Van Pelt. Tatum Van Pelt with 2. Martinez brings it across the timeline. 13-2 is our score. B-Diggers down by 11. Goes to Sid Miller, top of the free throw line. Gets it back to Martinez. Martinez was going to drive it in, but she gets called for a double dribble instead, as the B-Diggers are going to do a change-up again, and they're going to put Callie Kastrup in along with Kylie Greenwood. And they're going to rest Gracie Martinez and Chard on the bench for a few minutes. So we get it in, Vrooman, over to number 14, and that is Jenna Kennedy, and then back to Vrooman, and then Kennedy, left corner. She drives it to the baseline, and she gets called for a travel. Saw her pick up and switch her foot there on that one. Easy call for the officials, as the B-Diggers will get the ball as quickly, though. It's a 3-2 press on the B-Diggers, as Piper Hickey tries to get it down, going against Vrooman. She's double teamed. She tries to feed it down the corner. It's stolen, though, by the Cougars, and Van Pelt has it over to number 24, Madison Martin. And then over back to Van Pelt. Van Pelt swings it all the way across to Vrooman on the right side key. She's not going to take it. She'll drive it in instead and pitch it over to Kennedy. Kennedy then gets it to a cutting Van Pelt. Shot is up, and it is good for Tatum Van Pelt. 15-2 is our score. B-Diggers are way in trouble here. They got to get going. Callie Kastrup drives it down the left side, left-handed layup up. Good! Callie Kastrup says, nope, not quite yet. We're not going to give up on you quite at this point. 15-4 is our score as Vrooman brings it down for the Cougars. Hasn't got across the timeline yet. Gets it to Kennedy. Kennedy then to Van Pelt, who gets it across. Van Pelt, double dribble. She switched her hand, stopped, and then she tried to switch, but she kind of stopped for just a moment, hesitated, and that's going to be an easy call for a double dribble as the Cougars make a change as Taylor Francis jumps back in. 15-4 is our score. Callie Kastrup with the ball in the inbounds from Evelyn Lapp. Evelyn Lapp brings it up to the timeline. Callie Kastrup crosses the timeline to Piper Hickey to the right side. Sid Miller looking for the ball, feeds it underneath to Kyla Greeno. Not there. Greeno tried to put it out to Hickey, but she had an uncontrollable pass there, and it bounces off and out of bounds, and it's going to be a turnover for the Beat Diggers. Can't have those turnovers right now as you're down 15-4, as they're going to have to answer back very quickly and get a run to get them back in the game. Van Pelt brings it down the Cougars, crossing the timeline against Callie Kastrup, top right side of the key, over to number 14, Kennedy. Kennedy gets it into Francis, who's at the right baseline, back to Kennedy, and then over to the top right side to Van Pelt. Van Pelt drives it to the free throw line, swings it out to the left side to number 24, Martin. Martin on the right side. She's double teamed, is able to get it off to Van Pelt. Van Pelt drives it in, almost stolen by Evelyn Lapp. Gets tied up underneath on a jump ball with number 2, Piper Hickey, and the Beat Diggers will maintain possession or take over possession on the jump ball. So a good job there by Evelyn Lapp quickly to break up that scoring opportunity for the Cougars. Callie Kastrup brings it across the left side timeline to Sid Miller. Sid Miller, free throw line up, not go good. Gets a rebound, shot up again. It's no good, and it's bounced and collected by Van Pelt. Van Pelt gets it down to Vrooman. Vrooman has a wide open Kennedy on the left side, left-handed layup up and good for Jenna Kennedy. 17-4 is our score. B-Diggers are down big time here, and they got to get some points. As it's to the left side to Piper Hickey. Three-point shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Vrooman. Vrooman tries to get it across the timeline as she goes to Van Pelt. Van Pelt easily gets it across, takes it to the free throw line, gets it underneath to number 11, Francis, pitches it out to the right side to Kennedy, then to Vrooman, top right key. She's covered by Evelyn Lapp like glue. Just a great coverage there by Evie Lapp as she's fast enough to keep up with her. And the right-handed layup by Vrooman is no good, but Evelyn Lapp is going to get called with a foul on that play, and that will be her first one. And that'll put Vrooman on the line, Bethany Vrooman on the line for one of 2 shots. 17-4 is our score. First shot is up, good. Man, she's a really good athlete, that Vrooman. As checking in for the Lady B-Diggers will be 14, Emery Chard, and number 4, Macy Jones. So Vrooman with her second shot from the free throw line is up. Off the front of the rim, no good, rebounded by Sid Miller. Sid Miller looking down the court. Instead goes to Evie Lapp. Evie Lapp bringing it up to the right side to Piper Hickey. Hickey at the top right key. Drives it to the underneath the bucket, tries to, pitches it out to Chard. Left side, Evelyn Lapp, left side, three-point shot up, good! Evie Lapp with a three-pointer early in the game. 18-7 is our score for the B-Diggers. Evie Lapp could get hot if she gets that hot hand going on a good three-pointer from her. She's covering Vrooman and maintaining as Van Pelt comes down the left side. Feeds it over, stolen by Sid Miller. Easy still for Sid. Over to Piper Hickey. Hickey brings it down the left side, finds Evelyn Lapp left corner. Over to Macy Jones. Jones swings it around the right side to Chard. And then underneath to Sid Miller from the right baseline. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by the Cougars. And it's going to be a carry on the Cougars as Taylor Francis tried to get it up to Vrooman. And instead she gets called for a carry, which is great. Helps the B-Diggers and keeps the ball underneath the bucket as number 13, Kylie Greenwood, comes in to give Sid Miller a quick break as she looks a bit exhausted on that one as their score is 18-7. Evie Lapp on the inbounds, feeding it in Gets it stolen this time, though, on the inbounds by number 11, Taylor Francis. Evie Lapp covering Vrooman. Evie is super fast, holding right on Vrooman, right on her like glue. Unbelievable as the shot is given to number 11, Taylor Francis, from far deep from the right key as the buzzer goes off. No good, and our first quarter is just like that, quickly over. Our score is 18-7. We'll come back in 30 seconds here on 1010 KSAR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network. Eastern Plains Sports Network and 1010 KSAR coming to you live from Resurrection Christian. Second quarter action brought to you by Sydney Regional Medical Center. Don't let an injury keep you out of the game. Learn more at SydneyRMC.com. As the Cougars, Van Pelt brings it down across the timeline for them and over to the right side to Kennedy, and then down low to number 13 for the Cougars, Haddig, and then back to Kennedy. Kennedy over to Francis. Correction on that, Van Pelt. Then to Kennedy, and then down to number 13, Haddig, almost stolen by Evie Lapp as she's covering Taylor Francis. Evie Lapp is super fast up there, keeping up with some of their fastest players as they tried to get it down low to number 22, Bailey Koenig, knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be B-Digger's ball. Macy Jones on the inbounds, gets it to Emery Chard. Chard, go over back to Jones. Oh, Jones lost control of it as she had it getting ready to cross the timeline. And they had a wide open Piper Hickey down the right side. They just didn't see her, and she was going straight to the basket, and that could have been a heck of an opportunity for the B-Diggers as the Cougars maintain possession here at the timeline as Van Pelt brings it to the top of the key, driving it into the right side, feeds it to Kennedy, deep corner. Kennedy gets it back to the top of the key to number 11, Francis, over to the left side to number 13, Haddig. Haddig looking, finds Kennedy, top of the key, swings it to the right to Van Pelt. Van Pelt driving it to the hoop. She's double teamed, gets it up, left-handed shot up, no good, rebounded by Emery Chard, and then to Macy Jones on the right side. Jones crossing the timeline for the Lady B-Diggers. Three-point shot for Macy Jones is up, no good, rebounded by Evie Lapp, shot no good. Evie gets another rebound and tries to feed it underneath. Still with the ball. Evie's underneath the bucket. It's great hustle as she feeds to Hickey. Hickey on the left side. Left-handed layup up. No good. Great effort by the Lady B-Diggers as they get 3 to 4 shots at it, but just unable to maintain on that one to get that bucket, ball to drop in the bucket. As Haddig gets it down to number 21, Van Pelt. Three-point shot up. No good. Rebounded by number 22, Koenig. Koenig gets it up to the top of the key to Francis. Right side over to Van Pelt. Then back to Kennedy on the left key. Shot is up, no good. Rebounded by, they collided two of the Cougar girls, but they're okay. As Evie Lapp is great defense showing there, and it's 5 seconds on her. She gets called with a travel as that ball was in the hands of Haddig, and great defensive effort by Evie Lapp as she forces the turnover for the Cougars. Gracie Martinez is checking in along with Callie Kastrup, and Sid Miller are in. And Evie Lapp still remains on the court along with Macy Jones. Callie Kastrup with the inbound, Gracie Martinez with the inbounds to Kastrup. Kastrup takes it over to the right side, looking for Evie Lapp. Evie gets it quickly, drives it to the hoop. Evie tried to feed it in on the other side, but they're going to call an offensive foul, I believe, on number 20. I think they're going to call it a legal screen on Sid Miller. Yes, that's going to be the call on Sid Miller, and it's her first foul as it's stolen on the inbounds pass and then taken back, and the ball is all over the court. It's rolling left and right, and then we've got a foul. And I believe it's going to be another one on Sid Miller as she went for the ball, as the ball was all over the place, and the official, I know he's going to call it. Yep, he's going to call it on Sid Miller. So her second foul, and really I don't think it was a foul on her part. It was just a collision going for the ball, and they're going to give that one every time to the offensive player that had it recent. So the Cougars have the ball as Vrooman brings it down, feeds it over to Francis. Francis back to Vrooman. Vrooman just in front of the timeline trying to set things up for the Cougars. 18-7 is our score, 5:41 left to go. Good pick there as it's over to the right side by her, but Vrooman takes it underneath the bucket, up easy for her. Vrooman makes it look very easy as she has 10 points already for the Cougars. Callie Kastrup brings it up the left side. Left-handed shot is up, no good. Rebounded by the B-Diggers, Macy Jones. Macy Jones tries to get it into Lapp, and it's knocked away, but it was last touched by Evie Lapp. So it's going to be a turnover on the B-Diggers down at the right side of the Cougars bench. Good hustle by the freshmen, both freshman girls, as they are working really hard and making those players work really, really extra hard for the Cougars. as Evie Lapp is just all over Vrooman. I cannot believe how fast Evie Lapp is covering such a senior player who's super quick for the Cougars. Right side down to Francis. Francis at the right corner looking, feeds it underneath the bucket to number 22, Bailey Koenig. Easy layup for her as she gets it in there. 22-7 is our score. 5:01 left to go. Callie Casta brings it across the right side timeline. Tries to get a pick. Nothing there. Going to drive it to the bucket. Feeds it underneath, but it's stolen by number 14 by the Cougars. Jenna Kennedy gets it down the court, but it's stolen by number 5, Evie Lapp, as they try to get it up the court, and it was not there. Evie Lapp, easy to get that one for her. Callie Kastrup tries to feed it to Lapp, and it is stolen easily by Van Pelt. Van Pelt with the layup is up, no good. Tatum Van Pelt has 6 points as Maddie Rule is going to take a timeout. I think they're getting a little complacent with that ball and just not running to the ball. You got to go to those balls, and you got to get. You can't wait for them to come to you. So it's going to be a timeout for the Beat Diggers as they take a 30-second timeout. And that'll take a moment for us to recognize Premier Farm Credit for over 100 years. They've been providing affordable, reliable, and consistent credit. Visit PremierACA.com. Wiggins Equipment. Count on Wiggins Electric for quick, efficient, and courteous service to keep you up and running. They provide you with the service and products you need at your most critical time. So the Lady Beat Diggers are going to have to do some extra hustling after they've been doing great, and then they kind of slowed up here as the second quarter has kind of winded itself down to 4 minutes and 28 seconds, and they're down by 17, the biggest lead for the Cougars, 24-7 is Callie Kastrup on the inbounds pass. Over to Macy Jones. Jones back to Kastrup. Kastrup feeds to Gracie Martinez. Almost had it stolen. Finds a Sid Miller down below there. And then it's picked up by 13, Kylie Greenwood. And the shot is up, no good. Quickly the Cougars get it down. Vrooman looks down the court to Kennedy. And she tried to take a shot, but Callie Kastrup with great defense not allowing that shot. And so the Cougars will maintain possession underneath the Lady Beat Diggers basket. Kennedy will do the inbounds, as Macy Jones is covering Vrooman now, as it's tried to get it in and force it to the right corner to Van Pelt, but it's stolen by number 1, Callie Kastrup. Kastrup brings it up the court for the Lady Beat Diggers. Tries to find somebody. Vrooman was right there to read that pass. She drives it all the way by herself. One-handed, left-handed layup for Bethany Vrooman for her 12th point of the night, 13th including the free throw. So quickly, the Beat Diggers get it down the court to Callie Kastrup, feeding it underneath to number 13, Kylie Greenwood. But there is a foul on the play by the Cougars, and it's going to be on number 11, Taylor Francis, her first. Second foul of the game for the Cougars, and one for the Beat Diggers. In the quarter. Inbounds to Evie Lapp. Lapp over to Gracie Martinez, tries to feed underneath to Sid Miller. Gets it over to Evie Lapp, top of the key. Shot up, no good. Rebounded by number 11, I was going to say our own player, Taylor Francis. Francis gets it up the court to Kennedy. Over to number 22, top left three-pointer for Bailey Koenig is up and good. Man, this team is on fire right now. 22-5. Quickly down the court to Piper Hickey, to Kylie Greenwood in the left corner. Greenwood trying to find somebody open. Drives it to the baseline, shoots it up herself. Shot good for Kylie Greenwood with her 4th point of the night for the Lady Beat Diggers. 29-9 is our score. Big lead for the Cougars. Cougars bring it up the court to Van Pelt. Van Pelt swings it over to Kennedy. Over to the right side to number 11, Taylor Francis. And then gets it back to Francis, who's at the left baseline. Outside to Van Pelt, who drives it to the hoop herself. Right-handed shot is up, good for number 21, Tatum Van Pelt, who's got 8 points already. 2:33 left to go in the game, in the half. There's the shot from Evelyn Lapp from the left corner, is up, no good. Rebounded by Van Pelt. Van Pelt brings it up to the left side of the court for the Cougars. 31-9 is our score. Man, they're stretching out their league big time here with 2:16 left to go until halftime. Bethany Vrooman gets it over to the left side, top of the key to Koenig. Her shot is up, good. Another three-pointer for this team, as they have tons of three-pointers tonight. 34-9 as the pass is underneath to Greenwood. Greenwood to number 5, Evie Lapp. Shot is blocked by Vrooman. Tries to get it up the court from Kennedy to Vrooman, and it's knocked away by number 2, Piper Hickey. But in that time, she's also called with her first foul, and it will be a non-shooting foul as the Bee Diggers make a couple of changes. Emery Chard comes in along with Callie Kastrup checking back in for the Lady Bee Diggers. They're down big time, 34-9 with 1:51 left to go. Vrooman for the Cougars, covered by Evie Lapp. Evie, good coverage on her as Vrooman crosses the timeline, trying to work it all the way to the hoop herself, over to the right side to Kennedy, then to the top to number 21, Van Pelt, then to Kennedy, who drives it to the hoop, feeds it underneath easily to Bailey Koenig, gets another bucket. Koenig has 10 points already for the Cougars. Callie Kastrup takes it down to the left side, over to Evelyn Lapp to number 20, Sid Miller. Shot up good for Sid Miller. Finally gets on the board late here in the second half for her first bucket of the night, 36-11. Vrooman over to number 24 on the right corner, Martin. Martin over to Van Pelt, still in the right corner. Then back to Martin, three-point shot. Left key, up, no good. Rebounded by Sid Miller, who ties up. And then Callie Kastrup tried to get it, and so did Evie Lapp try to get in there with it, going against Madison Martin. It's going to be a foul on Evelyn Lapp. So she gets tagged with her second foul of the night for the Bee Diggers, as again they are down big time, 36-11. Kennedy on the inbounds pass. Running out of time, feeds it in to number 22, Koenig. Koenig gets it over to the right side to Vrooman. Vrooman right here in front of me at the right side corner of the gym. Drives it underneath the hoop, tries it, switches it on her dribble to the left hand up. Good for Bethany Vrooman. Vrooman has 15 points already. Over to Piper Hickey. Then to Sid Miller, drives it underneath the bucket. Shot by Sid Miller, up, no good, partially blocked. Evelyn Lapp tried to get in there on the rebound, but it's no good. And it's going to be Bee Digger ball, as it was last touch by one of the Lady Cougars. 38-11 is our score. Inbounds pass to number 20, Sid Miller. Shot up, good. Sydney Miller with her fourth point of the night for the Lady Bee Diggers. Vrooman brings it down the right side of the court for the Cougars. She's going to drive it in. Nope. Pulls instead and goes to Martin. Martin swings it up to the top of the key to number 21, Van Pelt. Van Pelt covered by Callie Kastrup. Just in front of the timeline, is still with it. Possessive, goes to Kennedy. Kennedy goes to Vrooman. Vrooman almost had it stolen by Evelyn Lapp. Good coverage defense by Evie Lapp, the young freshman, holding against her. As over to the left side. Then as the buzzer goes off, it's fed to the top of the key to number 22, Bailey Koenig, who actually made the three-pointer, but the buzzer had already went off. So we are at halftime, folks. And I hate to say it, it's an ugly one right now. 38-13 is our score as the Cougars currently lead the Bee Diggers at halftime. We will take about a 4-minute break because I need to go get a water because I'm not feeling the greatest yet with my cold, so I'm going to get some water and come back, and we'll go over some stats and stuff ready to go here at halftime. Again, as the Lady Bee Diggers are down big time, 38-13 to Resurrection Christian, and we'll come back here shortly on 1010 KSAR and the Eastern Plains Sports Network.